Production.
What's good, guys? Gonna get a little sip of tea before we go. So, we're gonna break down NEO here. I'm gonna start adding a little bit of new videos. These are trade idea videos, right? So, the title to all these videos is gonna be trade idea number 1, NEO. Trade idea number 2, blah blah blah, whatever stock, right? I'm gonna post my targets, the idea behind the trade. I'm going to get into some detail behind it. Hopefully they're between 5 to 8 minutes, so they're not too long. But here we go. We are on NEO here. So this is a electric vehicle company based out of China. And we're looking to see, right, is this company going to be a competitor of Tesla, right? Tesla owns the EV market in terms of cars sold right now, right? They're probably the most popular, especially when it comes to their stock. So now let's look at this. We're going to bring up the 8 and the 20 EMA. I've been liking these a lot recently just because during a bear market, it's so prime to look for this one great signal, right? So the signal is the bullish cross of the EMA, right? This is the weekly time frame. So keep in mind, the bottom will occur before the 8 EMA crosses over the 20 EMA, and that is the sign that we're looking to go long. But essentially, it's very simple. If you've been watching some of my overall market videos, I go into a little bit more depth explaining the signal we're looking for, which is the 8 EMA cross. But essentially, the 8 goes over the 20, we get an uptrend starting, and we get this huge massive trend where we use the 8 or the 20 as support. Now here, as you can see, we've been under the 8 EMA, and the 8 EMA has been crossing below the 20 quite a few times, and especially during this phase here. So what we're looking for now, right? What are we looking for in this chart? We have a massive triangle just kind of tightening. But this is kind of what I'm looking at here on NEO. We're looking at this massive chart, and this has been going on. You can move this however which way you want, it doesn't matter to me, but essentially it's some sort of falling wedge, descending triangle, whatever you want to call it. It's very similar, but essentially this lower trend line has been acting as our support over long periods of time, and here we have this resistance. I'm thinking right now that if we're regaining this 8 EMA on the weekly, right, say tomorrow we get the tomorrow is Friday, and if the market closes on Friday above this weekly 8 EMA, which I'm leaning towards it will, it could be a signal that there's bullish momentum coming into the stock. So what we want to see is, are we going to get a rejection of the 20? So I want to see this happening, right? This zone right here is a major zone we're going to be paying attention to, in the next few weeks. NEO stock. My trade idea is we hold this 8 EMA on the weekly. We could be coming up to test this zone here, which is $26 in the next few weeks. So I want to see this zone. We've left a gap behind. It's acted as resistance quite a few times here, as you could see. So if this momentum coming in is potentially bullish, we want to see, are we going to come up into this zone to look somewhere to take potential gains, right? So anywhere in this zone, upper trend line, is what I'm looking for in the coming weeks on NEO. So the trade idea could simply be, if near tomorrow's close, if we are still holding this 8 EMA and we see an increase of volume on the daily time frame for the bulls, we can then expect to potentially get some sort of price increase into this $25 zone, which we have left a gap behind from previous. So that's my little trade idea here on NEO. Nothing too crazy, just to start off this new little series I want to get into. But I'm thinking huge, massive trend, 2 years, well, 1 and a bit, 1 year and a little bit of a bearish downtrend. So what we want to see is, are we basing, is this period of time here, this potential double bottom pattern almost, Is this us basing, and then we're going to regain the 8 and get some strength coming into the stock. Something interesting we want to see. So that's the first one of the series. Peace.